This is 10-Minute Labs from LC8. We are here today with the CEO of RedX, Curtis Fenn. Curtis, how are you, man?
I'm doing really good. Thanks, Jesse.
Dude, I love being able to talk to like the CEOs of companies that have been in our industry for a long time because you've got this perspective on our business that it's just I love it. So thanks for being here.
No, thanks for having me.
And if you guys don't know the RedX, by the way, they are a data provider to the real estate industry. Started off with expireds and FSBOs, but now do all across the board. I'm sure we'll get into a little bit of that in terms of geo farming and other data sources and leads. And Curtis he's a wealth of knowledge. So I'm going to set a timer, man. You ready to roll?
I'm ready.
Okay. Siri, set a timer for 10 minutes. All right, there we go. We got our 10-minute timer. So, Curtis, the first question, just with everything going on in the world, you're the CEO of a company, you've been in this industry for a while. What do you obsess over in the world of real estate?
In the world of real estate, it's a great question. I think I obsess over a few different things. I obsess over my customers, first and foremost. And I know how cliche that sounds for CEO of a company to say, but as leaders of our company, we care about the success of our customers. I think that's evident when you get into the ecosystem with our support and the training and the content. And it's not just leads that we provide. In fact, we provide a lot of things far beyond that to help people succeed in the industry. Because I fundamentally believe that somebody who is a prospecting agent that helps, especially prospecting some of those lead types like FSBO or expireds or pre-foreclosures, distressed properties, you're helping a homeowner do something. Those people become advocates for our industry. They become advocates for our customers as agents, and it helps them. So I think I obsess over the success of our customers more than anything in today's landscape.
I love it, but it's not cliche. I mean, it might be cliche, but I hope that's what you obsess over, right? Or else,
right.
What else to do with your time? So
right.
let's talk about one of the big myths, because it's so interesting as you watch agents go through their career and you see these people that there's this. Is this a myth or is this a fact that you can build an amazing business purely off of sphere of influence referral?
So it's not a myth. You can do that. It's harder than people think. And what happens is agents come into a new market, and it's not just new agents. It's whenever an agent goes, okay, I'm going to actually build a business. I'm going to really commit here. And so sometimes that's a new agent. Sometimes that's somebody that's been in the industry for a long time that goes, I should build a business. They look around at who's really successful and they say, hey, Jesse, you're a top producing agent. What are you doing right now? What are you doing? And they go, well, all of my business comes from referral. And they go, all right, I'm going to go really try to get referral business. The question they should be asking is, Jesse, when you first decided to build a successful business, how did you get business? And what they'll find is a lot of people who are 100% referral haven't always been 100% referral. A lot of people in the business had to do other things, other advertising, other more aggressive marketing tactics to build a sphere of influence that would provide a sustainable business. Something that we talk a lot about is we're helping our customers create sustainability, predictability in their business. Because as you prospect, again, it goes back to that. You take someone like an expired or FSBO or distressed property, you take somebody who was trying to accomplish something and failed, and then you help them accomplish that thing, they become a better sphere of influence advocate than just about anybody else. Your mother can only refer you so many times, but an expired that gets out there and gets on a soapbox and says, Jesse sold a home when nobody else could, or Jesse sold a home when I was struggling to do it on my own, or when I was struggling and facing foreclosure or getting booted out of my house, he came in and saved the day. You should only use him. And you do that over and over and over again, it doesn't take very many years of doing that before you have a sphere of influence that becomes sustainable and predictable and is going to continually feed you business, a good sphere of influence.
I love it. All right, so I want to change gears and talk about you personally for a minute. Okay. How long have you been CEO of the RedX for?
So I actually, my official title is president. Okay. Our founder still holds the CEO title. I run all day-to-day operations. I've been doing that for almost 2 years now, but I've been with the company for 15. and the company's only been around for 18. So when I joined the company, there was just a handful of us trying to figure it out, trying to understand, real estate agents and MLSs, and so I've been running all day-to-day operations for about 2 years.
I love it. And so you've been with the company for 15 years, which is amazing. It's a really competitive landscape in terms of data providers. Right? I had someone drop in a comment here. They use you guys for circle prospecting, which is awesome. And you're in this competitive landscape. What do you do as a company? Because I think this will help agents out there that are also in fairly competitive areas. How do you stay ahead of competition? Like, what do you do, or how do you keep up with it?
That's such a great question, and it is relevant to any business, including a real estate agent. The number one thing is we play our own game. So yes, we want to stay competitive. Yes, we don't want to be, overtaken with features or product offering, but we're playing our own game. We're competing with ourselves and our own goals. We have very strict processes around how we set goals and planning. And that breaks it down from a 3 to 5 year mission into an annual goals, into what am I doing in the next 90 days to get there. And that matters. So that's number one, is really, you want to keep an eye on your competition, but you want to play your own game. You lose if you're trying to keep up with everyone else. You'll always be behind. And if you want to get ahead, and if you want to innovate, you've got to play your own game. The second thing is the first question you ask. You have to obsess over your clients. You just have to. And especially today, and maybe it always hasn't been that way, but I don't want to beat a horse that gets beaten all the time here with the thank you economy and social media, and any guy in your basement can ruin your business with a bad review. You guys know that, but it becomes more true all the time. And so if you're not at the highest level thinking about how do I take care of people, you could lose, and you'll lose to the next guy. I know we only have 10 minutes. I attended a conference once, and at the time it bugged me. The guy on the stage said, you want to win in today's business, you just have to be slightly above crap. And that bugged me for a while, but what he was saying is, like, if you want to be better than everyone, you just have to be this much better, and you're going to win. So if you flip that, if you are just this much better, you're going to be better. But as soon as you fall slightly behind, one great example is we have live support. We try to keep our wait times very low. And I know people are listening going, I was waiting for 20 minutes. And I'm sorry for that. That's a goal that we have. Our average wait times are less than 2 minutes, because we know real estate agents can be impatient. And if we don't stay under 1 minute and 50-second wait time, then about 30% of the people that call in end up giving up and hanging up. So we just know that's how we have to take care of our customers. So we have a much larger support team than I think a lot of people would have, but that's what you got to do if you want to set yourself apart.
And I think it's also, if you guys are listening, you have a very high knowledge, Curtis, of the metrics and the statistics of what it takes, like knowing exactly the exact amount of wait time before a certain percentage of people will just bail out. Like that's amazing, the research and analytics. All right, we got like 2 minutes left, and I want to ask a couple important questions, which are back to real estate agents. What do you think is the biggest mistake experienced agents that you see are making right now?
Oh man, in 2 minutes, I might have had to think about that question.
I'll give you a flip side question if you want to. If you want another one, that might be easier.
That's a great question. So I would say this. I think experienced agents are not planning for the worst and hoping for the best, right? And so I see all the time, especially on lab coat agents, somebody goes in and says, "Hey, Zillow," and everybody says, "Don't worry about it. Don't even think about them. Don't even think about it." I don't want people to complain about it, but I don't think you should discount disruption with technology. I think you should keep an eye on that and plan your business accordingly. I don't think that you should stay in a box and pretend everything is going to be the same all the time and just keep working the way you've always worked. You will lose if you do that. If you don't innovate, you're going to die.
I love it. All right, and in 1 minute left, what advice would you give to any newer agents or brand new agents watching? How would you tell them to get started?
It would go back to the question I already answered. If you're look for successful agents, don't ask them what they're doing. Ask them, what did you do to build a sphere of influence? And a lot of them are going to say, I picked up the phone. I grinded for the first better part of my business so that I can kick back and watch those referrals come in and I can just now build relationships, because that's where we want our clients to get to. We want them to graduate away from what we do, and they do that by grinding a little bit and building a great sphere of influence.
What an interesting business model. Your goal is to grow your clients to the point where they don't need you.
It wouldn't work outside of real estate, but we have such attrition. There's always new agents coming in, Jesse. It works in our industry.
I love it. So you cheer the success stories when you're like, awesome. And it doesn't mean that they have to leave you. They can just add in other sources as well, and either possibly continue or add something else, right?
But I'm just doing what I'm preaching. My sphere of influence are customers who have graduated from that are out there telling everyone else, go sign up for RedX, because it's the only way to build a great sphere of influence.
I love it. And that was spot on. If you can hear the timer. There it is. Spot on at 10 minutes. Look at that. I love it. That was fun. Curtis, thank you for joining us. I mean, this is something that we do in 10 minutes. You get a snapshot into someone's life. And I just appreciate you being here.
Yeah, thanks so much, Jesse. Thanks, everybody.
If you guys got questions for Curtis, we tagged them in the post. Questions about the RedX, questions about Curtis. And by the way, correct me, am I saying it wrong still? Do you just call it RedX, or do you call it the RedX?
RedX.
I got to go back and edit the entire 10 minutes. Edit every time I said the in front of it.
That's okay. It all started because until this year, we didn't own redx.com, but now you just go to redx.com.
So it used to be the RedX.
It did used to be the RedX. It was an acronym for Real Estate Data Exchange, and that since just changed to RedX.
I love it. Well, hey, I know that's a bonus point in 10 minutes, but I just learned something. Because I mean, there we go. Old school in this industry. Everybody, enjoy your night. Curtis, thanks for being here. I'm going to click on the broadcast. You want to hang for a sec, Curtis? And guys, tag him in this post if you got questions for him. Bye, guys.